Let me go to Gary. Gary calling us from Oklahoma. Hey, Gary.
Hello.
Good morning.
I just had to. Good morning. I had two questions for you.
Sure.
First of all, I'm 20 years old and I want to get into investing and stuff. I've been reading, doing research and reading and such, and I was wondering if there's any other advice you can offer. And also, I am looking onto online banks for compounded interest and higher rates per year.
Yeah. Yep.
And I was just wondering if you have a suggestion for that for a bank to go to, because I've been to a few and they've just been difficult.
Yeah. I would say, Gary, I think it's a great idea on the banks, and I think you should continue to look at some of the credit unions, if you can affiliate yourself with a credit union. But right now, there's a lot of the online banks, the solid, hardcore online banks. In other words, these are online bank companies that have no bricks and mortar. In other words, they're not like in a Bank of America that has an online presence. But the straight online banking companies, you can get some very good interest rates. You get some very good deals, especially on, CDs and things like that as they attempt to grow their deposits. There's nothing wrong with any of them as long as they're legitimate FDIC insured banking entities. I like the online banking. They tend to be fairly nimble, able to move very quickly during all kinds of environments. And that's usually a good thing. It's one of the reasons why I like credit unions as well. So I think that's fine. I would pursue it. I would just find the best deal. They shouldn't be difficult. If you're looking at some of these, they shouldn't be difficult at all. I know that there's a Christian credit union that has a very good first-time depositor up to $5,000 interest rate on CDs, and they're usually pretty easy to deal with. So I would look at credit unions first, and then look at some of the banks. As far as reading goes, one of the first things you want to do as you get started is have as one of your favorites on your computer, Gary, is Investopedia. Investopedia is a great place to get information because it's very current, it's very up to date. So from a terminology perspective on all things investing, it's a great place to go. It's not 2 or 3 pages of explanation. It's very short, it's very precise. It's a great link to use as a reference. The other thing that is very, very helpful is to actually have an online brokerage. So now you go to an E-Trade, you set up an account, or a TD Ameritrade or a Scottrade or whichever one you decide to use. And, you make a deposit of $500 or whatever you're ready to start thinking about. Once you do that, you can spend some time going through the platform, the trading platform, buys and sells, not actually executing any buys or any sells. Obviously, you won't have any sells, but not to execute, but just to go through the process and to click on most of them when you hover your mouse over a particular thing. It'll give you a brief explanation. Schwab has a great website for that, and it helps you understand things. And that, along with what you don't understand, either getting the explanation on that website or going again to Investopedia and getting a quick explanation of it, is very, very helpful. So that's what I'd suggest you do, Gary. I think that'll work out well for you.